It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports, and we've got a couple teams searching for their first Super Bowl. It's the Los Angeles Chargers and the Cleveland Browns. Coming up next.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Cleveland Browns. And hi again, everybody. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, when you and I were going through our final run-throughs at breakfast, we kept thinking tonight we're going to get to see a couple of very good passing offenses.
And we're talking about both sides having multiple receivers that can have an impact on this game. It's not just one guy that's going to make all the plays. If you take him away, maybe number 2, number 3, they make the big plays that impact who wins the game.
Cade York set to do the honors here, and we are underway from Cleveland. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
It hasn't taken Herbert long to earn this status as one of the league's best and most entertaining passers. He's locked and loaded on every snap, and the second he sees an opening, the ball's soaring downfield. You've got to be on your A game at all times against him. The second you slip up, he's liable to burn you.
They started on the ground with Eckler, and nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Herbert. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but he did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Herbert. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They are such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Called out a punt of 38 yards officially, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by Deshaun Watson. Of course, he won a national title at Clemson and already has 3 Pro Bowls under his belt in the National Football League.
And he's exactly the man you want in control of your offense. Excellent arm, good zip on the ball, not afraid to use his legs when he needs to. And what he's excelled at doing is making plays when the first read isn't available or when the pressure's about to get to him.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Here's Watson.
That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
On first down, it's Watson.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. So we just called his name on the previous snap, and they go right back to him, Charles, for a second consecutive completion.
Yeah, I think what we're discovering on this drive is that he feels like he has answers no matter what defense you throw up there. He reads it, finds the open spot, and is available for the completion.
They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now a first down throw, Watson. He's got it. And the ball is knocked out and picked up by the Chargers.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Now Herbert following the turnover. He'll buy some time right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Herbert now. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler, and he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And they got across the 50 last time but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
But anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. First carry for Nick Chubb. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson.
He'll get this one underneath to Hunt.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
On 3rd down, you'll give them that. You just want to make sure that you play the first down line. And they were able to get him down and force the punt.
The Browns send out their punter now. DeAndre Carter back deep. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position. Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Herbert off of play action. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett.
And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
On 1st down, it's Herbert. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Here's Herbert. He'll find Williams on the slant. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 12-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another 1st.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
To the air again, Herbert. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Herbert. This is caught. Touchdown, Chargers.
Keenan Allen with a touchdown reception from Justin Herbert. And the Chargers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field.
And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 21. Faking the give. Now Watson. And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Watson off play action. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
The Browns send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And here's a very low-line drive, almost whiffed on it. So possession goes over here on the punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
It's one play at a time, baby. Playmaker, step up right now.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
On 2nd and 1, Herbert. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, that forced the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
He was trying to get that one to Allen that time, and it's 3rd and short.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On third down, here's Eckler. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. Nothing doing on second and third down after that 9-yard gain on first.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further.
So the big return had them fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
And now the Browns coming out on the field. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They go up the middle with Chubb.
Down at the 35, it'll be 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Out of the gun, Watson.
Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, Watson. To the right side, he's got Cooper. It's complete. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Second and 6.
A shotgun snap for Watson. And his throw here's incomplete. There is no denying they want to get him involved. That's already the 5th time that they've looked his way in this first quarter.
So that tells me defensively that they want to insist on going in that direction. Make sure you've got your best people in the area to try and take that away.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Chubb will get the call, running left. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. $10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. And again, it's Chubb. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
It's showtime, baby.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Watson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The former number 3 pick, Joey Bosa, bringing the lumber that time. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
So Watson will step away, and out comes Cade York to handle this 4th down field goal try for the Browns. York able to send this one through.
And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So no problems at all on that one. And you know, there's virtually no win. This is a kicker's dream here tonight.
It absolutely is, isn't it? So to me, with no wind, it should be a passer's dream as well, right? But in this case, the defense held out. They had to force the field goal.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. DeAndre Carter now from his end zone. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field.
And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes us forward for about 6.
Well, I think after that run, the defense getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
On second down and 4. Herbert, he's got Allen. 7 yards there and a first down. Back to throw here, Herbert. Got a man over the middle, it's Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
You ready to roll? We got the business to start. What we got to do here? Let's be smooth.
Herbert on first down now. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett able to use that strength to get him for a loss of 2.
In every game we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Herbert.
Open man is Palmer.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be 3rd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass.
Got a man, it's complete, it's Palmer.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 34-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Herbert now. Over the middle, complete. That's Williams.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
Now Herbert gives this one to Kelly.
He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now it's Herbert. And that is incomplete here.
I know we're just in the second quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's a second drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Now Herbert with it looking to pass. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen.
And the Chargers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Here's Herbert. Flushed out right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Looking to throw. Herbert. And that's incomplete.
Just looking at it from a defensive perspective, when you break the huddle in the red zone, tight end is one of the guys you've got to key on because quarterbacks want the ball in their hands fast in this position, and they want to get it to someone. And in this case, he had the play. They just didn't complete it.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal.
Back to throw. Herbert. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown.
4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Chargers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, yeah, I give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 17-3. So that one a 13-play drive in total.
And in the end, it was Mike Williams who capped the drive with a touchdown reception.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. And the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line.
He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
From the 27, Watson. He's got the connection to Cooper. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. Now Watson.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up now 20 yards.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on third down, and they keep the drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson drops it off for Chubb.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down, and this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
They'll try to run for the first down with Hunt. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Just to pick up a 3, but that is indeed enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And Chubb will try the middle here. And some space here. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Watson rolling to his right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. They'll try the air now with Watson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Deshaun Watson finding Amari Cooper. And the Browns are back within a score.
And there was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now Cade York for the extra point.
And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it's Amari Cooper who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. From his end zone, here comes Carter. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. L.A. readies for its next possession. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
On first down, Justin Herbert. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert.
Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield, and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for L.A. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's taken on the 25. And call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over.
Deshaun Watson and the Browns offense back onto the field. He had the touchdown pass last time they had it. And they'll start here with a 1st and 10.
Watson now to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Sebastian Joseph Day
in there to drop him for a loss on the play.
Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush, because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Now it's Watson. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Oh, it's a wobbler here.
And the LA offense ready for this next possession. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
On 1st down, it's Herbert.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up second down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 1st and 10, Herbert. He finds his target, Allen. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Here's Herbert.
And the timing a bit off that time as Allen falls to the ground.
And that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. To the air again, Herbert. Touchdown!
Mike Williams.
As the first half is winding down.
And the Chargers would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's certainly an important score right there, because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And in the end, it was Mike Williams who capped the drive with a touchdown reception. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
And the Browns going to go on offense one final time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Final 17 seconds of the half here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down.
The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Watson. He's got his receiver, Cooper.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
So we have reached halftime, intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports halftime report. First, though, let's run through the next-gen stats for the Chargers in that first half. And their offense has been in top form so far, especially their passing game, as it's helped push them out to this big halftime lead. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the third. And Charles, some things to like about that first half. Ultimately trailing here, but certainly this deficit is manageable. So curious to see what adjustments they may have made at intermission.
As am I, because I think things bode well for a possible comeback, because I thought a lot of their best reps in the first half came through the passing game. They were hitting the open receivers, taking whatever the coverage gave them and making it work well for themselves. Now, they just want to pick up the pace of scoring a little bit. So I expect them to come back and continue to throw the ball effectively.
72 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it. And they've run it well here to start the second half.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
I'd say it's not panic time yet, but let's be honest about it. Empty possession here, not what you're looking for when you're down a couple of scores.
Absolutely not. Trying to start the second half off on the right foot. Unfortunately, going to give the ball up. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Watson to the left side and complete for Amari Cooper.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. A give. This is Chubb. And some room to work. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They run again on first down, Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They'll run with Hunt on second down. Oh, what a move. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get 4 there, down to about the 12-yard line.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
Handoff comes to Chubb. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Here's Watson. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Brown.
Well, the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. To throw is Watson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown.
Deshaun Watson finding Amari Cooper.
That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
York now for the extra point.
He's got it, and it's 24-17. So that drive goes a full 80 yards in 10 plays.
And it's Amari Cooper who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. New York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half.
And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a 1-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a 1-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
At their own 19-yard line.
He'll hand off here to Eckler.
Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Herbert. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
I tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Gets it into the hands of Allen on the jet sweep. And he'll do a nice job here just to find his way back to the line of scrimmage. The tackle there by John Johnson.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
2nd and 10. Herbert. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he'll get it down here to the 43. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Herbert on 1st down now. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now it's Herbert. Out left, he's got it to Everett. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
They go back to the ground now with Eckler. Down at the 25.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 6. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And that's complete to the right side. It's Allen. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Herbert operating from the red zone. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
On any passes in the middle of the field, anyone who's going after the football is going to be conscious that it's probably going to be contested and often physically. Sometimes that leads to drops.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's Herbert.
He's got McKinney complete to his tight end.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
Back to throw here, Herbert. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. From the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 points, a response there to that opening touchdown of this 3rd quarter.
And that's an important 3, both in terms of adding to your lead, but also in letting the other guys know you're not going to just come out in the 2nd half and take over.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25.
Now Nick Chubb and the Browns get set for their next possession.
He is knocking on the door for 100 yards in this ball game.
And it's so important. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. Just short of it, a little bit over. A little bit over feels better to everyone. Offensive line, running back, team totals, just something magical about breaking that barrier.
He's right there on the doorstep now. On 1st down, Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the 1st. 2 yards is the pickup, and it's good enough for a Cleveland 1st down.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson.
He's going to drop this one down for Chubb.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Watson now to throw. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the first down before taking the hit.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 36. A shotgun snap for Watson. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
From the red zone now, Watson. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Now they return to the ground game. Chubb. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
115 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. I think you'd have to say Nick Chubb, pound for pound, one of the most powerful runners in the NFL. He proved it there.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Chubb is in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. And we may be a moment because we've got a game again.
The partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big-time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
York on now for the extra point.
And the lead is down to a field goal now. A 10-play drive that time. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And Carter deciding not to bring this one out. L.A. set to take over again on offense.
That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Jesus, second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback, because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And some room to run. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field. And they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Running on first down, Eckler. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this fourth quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the fourth quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play.
Eckler going to get it again on second down.
Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. 46 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Once more, here's Eckler.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
They'll try the air now with Herbert. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlinesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. When tapping those toes, he tried to get both in bounds. He could not do it, though.
In tap dance parlance, could not complete the shuffle. All right, needed to get that shuffle down with both feet, not just one.
Is that what they say?
There it is. You know, put a little sand down on the stage.
I'll take your word for it, my man.
Herbert. Got a man. It's complete. It's Palmer.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 13-yard line. Excellent play there on third down. Give them 25 yards.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
from the 13 now. They work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Eckler now between the tackles. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive, take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. Here's Herbert. Eluding the pressure. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown.
Justin Herbert, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Chargers get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. And that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that can win the game for us.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. That time a 9-play drive. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further.
The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. Watson on 1st down. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
Second and 14.
Now it's Watson.
He'll find Bryant.
And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And picked up by the Chargers. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S. Ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you've got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now Herbert following the turnover. He's got Allen. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Ball at the 8 here for second and a yard, maybe a touch less. Up the middle with Eckler. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They got the ball in great field position after the fumble, but this defense tried to stand tall.
They certainly are, and a lot of times after you pick up a fumble or get an interception, you have momentum on your side. You kind of walk through a defense and score. Not so fast, not in this case.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen with his 2nd touchdown of the night.
And the Chargers are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here comes Amari Cooper and the rest of the Cleveland offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 27. Here's Watson.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. Finding room at midfield.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 37 yards.
I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Watson.
Quick slant completes into Njoku. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where, as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution. Even though the scoreboard is going against you, you want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up and continue to play.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Oh, Chubb fumbled it, but fortunately he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
Even though he recovered his own fumble, you know how much he hates to put the ball on the ground. He's going to be frustrated with himself.
And what do you think the time frame was from the time the ball escaped his grasp to him getting it back? It didn't take that long, right?
Right.
To him, it probably felt like hours because he's agonizing, like, I've got to get this football back. Able to get it done.
Flush to his, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Joey Bosa able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Desperation time. Watson on fourth down. And then will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on fourth, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 18. They'll start on the ground with Kelly. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the fourth.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll try the right side with Eckler.
64 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Good gain there on first down. That keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. It's Eckler again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back, everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth-quarter stop?
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
12 more yards there and another first down.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
First down, and they stick with Eckler.
And he'll get it inside the 35.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out.
And they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And we talked so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.